Welcome to BET Talks, the Black and Unlimited edition presented by Walmart. I'm your host, LaRon. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I sit down with 9 of our online community's most dynamic content creators. These creators are part of the Black and Unlimited Digital Development Program, an impactful partnership between Walmart and Hooray. This program includes an impressive mix of talented individuals that also tell the story of Black intersectional identity. It's another example of Walmart's ongoing partnership to support the Black community and provide equitable opportunity. Let's meet our Black and Unlimited creators. Everyone meet Tyrus Winter, a poet and fashion icon from LA who explodes gender constructs. Tyrus, how are you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
Doing good, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. First things first, describe the post or the online moment that you had where you just felt like you were truly making an impact, where you kind of felt like, this is the post that's like, making some waves. Have you ever had that moment yet?
I did. I mean, I've had a few posts do really well, but I think the post that meant the most to me was when I talked about my experience growing up queer and Black, and I shared that and it really resonated with people, and I felt like I got a sense that I was a part of something bigger than myself, and I got to see so many comments of people being like, oh, I'm going through this, or I went through that, or just sharing their experiences, and it made me feel a sense of community that I, for the first time, was really feeling like I was involved in.
Who do you hope to reach with your content? Is there a specific group of people that you want your content to really touch and resonate with, and just people to gravitate towards?
I mean, I feel like I do everything for 7-year-old Tyrus that grew up in the desert that is unaware of the world. So I feel like I am speaking to people like myself, those queer, small little babies that only dream of blossoming into someone who they've always wanted to be. But I'm also trying to speak to Grace Jones because I'm trying to get on her call.
Describe an inspiring moment when you engaged with someone that was following you, or someone that you there's someone that has is familiar with your content. Do you ever have a moment, an interaction with someone that you truly remember that was wow, really heart touching to you?
Oh my God, yeah, I do. I try to really be responsive to people, and there's been a few times where people have sent me voice notes or messages, and they've been so sweet, and they're like, oh my God, you're amazing and you're so inspiring. And that, to me, the fact that someone goes out of their way or chooses the time to recognize that I am existing, it's just so amazing. So it always sticks out, and there's a few people that come to mind, like my friend Sebastian, who I only know from online, and that was because he was joining my lives and stuff. And those people like that who just also feel that sense of community with me will always make an impact on me.
Let me introduce you guys to Destiny Ayana. Destiny is a gamer girl who shares her takes on TikTok, but also streams her favorite games on Twitch. Destiny, how you feeling?
Feeling great to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, so how would you describe a successful day as a content creator? What would your day entail from the time you wake up to the time you put your phone down when you go to sleep?
Okay, a successful day would be waking up, outfit already picked out, motivated to immediately do my makeup. I call it my production day. So I know I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do hair and makeup. Then I gotta be my tech support and set up everything, check over, okay, here's what I'm recording today, and implement it. So really just getting through the multiple roles that you play as a content creator, all the way up to implementing. And really, I don't even try to edit all in one night. So just as long as I implement and have the footage, then it's just hats off, shoes off, phone down. I made it all the way from hair and makeup to implementation. Now it's time to rest. That's a successful day to me.
Perfect. That sounds pretty successful. Now, my next question is, have you ever gone back to any of your old posts, or I don't know if you guys can ever rewatch old streams like that, but do you ever go back to them and just look at how far you've come between now and then?
Oh my gosh, yes, I do. I'll look at the saved clips and I'm like, man, and it wasn't that long ago, less than a year ago, I'm looking back and it's like, my goodness, my setup has improved so much. The quality of my stream, my gameplay, everything has just elevated from just visually how it looks to a viewer to how well I'm playing these games that I play. So it's like really nice to see the growth.
Who do you hope to reach with your content? Like, is there a specific audience that you want to talk to or engage with that you really want to resonate with your content?
Yes, I would love for the girls who were always called weird for having interest in games to feel inspired and motivated and know that it's not limited to just if you're a boy, if you're a girl, if you're just a nerd, or if you just put yourself into a box. It's just that gaming is a universal thing and anybody can partake in it.
I want you guys to meet Alex Hill. Alex is a recent transplant to LA who is a chef and brand marketer who is expanding into the food and media scene. So Alex, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I want you to tell me a moment like when you felt like, you were making an impact online.
For me, it was during the stay-at-home order, and I've had my food blog since 2017, but it didn't take off. It was a slow burn. And it was during the stay-at-home order when I started to just cook more because I had the opportunity. I wasn't working, going into the office, and my following really started to grow. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, I think something's happening. And I think like I'm making an impact with my food, and people started to say like, oh my God, I'm cooking your recipes. So I feel like that was really like a pivotal moment for me when my following on social started to grow and people started to cook my recipes.
Have you ever you've come so far in your journey, have you ever just gone back and looked at your first post ever and just like, wow, like how come?
Oh my God. It was awful. And I was like, because for me it's important because like before, there was Instagram Reels or, video, it was pictures. So for me, it was really important to learn how to take food photography. And I signed up for all these free courses. And I was just like, I need to learn how to take pictures of food. And so I look at my food pictures and they were awful and they were saturated and they were like grainy. So it was just like seeing how far I've come. I was like, damn, like that is like I came really far with just even editing. I was like, I am the worst editor ever. So I was like, it's really cool to see the progress.
All right, guys, so I have with me Archie J, a podcaster and activist. He is also the host of The Archie Show. He also uses his platform to amplify LGBT voices. Archie, how you doing today?
I'm feeling amazing, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. So who do you hope to reach with your content? Like, do you have like anybody that you like in mind that you just feel like you want to make content for and you want them to be seen or heard? Is there any...
Who do I hope to reach with my content? Everybody! No. I feel like, definitely everybody who has a listening ear and who is definitely down to walk away with a new perspective. But I do specifically always hope to target those young Black boys who are struggling with identity and definitely want to dive into using their voice in whatever way that is for them. And so that's definitely a target for me, just because I remember I was one. And so, not really knowing what avenue I wanted to express myself and dealing with certain things. And so to just, be representation for that in a way is always the goal. But yeah, everybody who definitely wants to take away a gem.
Another question, has your online content shifted or evolved in any way? Like, have you felt your content has like made a shift or a type of evolution?
I feel like my content in the earlier days, it was a lot of still images, as I feel like maybe that's what a lot of platforms were pushing. So it was a lot of still images, and now everything is movement and video form and, me talking all up and down my timeline. I saw a note last week and somebody was just like, wow, you're really chatty these days. And that's true. So I think the evolution has been going more into vocalizing, what I see for myself and what the brand is, and then also just kind of elevating the content when it comes to the production element of it. Like I remember first I was like shooting the show in a closet, and now it's like, you know, I have a set, and so it's seeing that evolution. So that's really cool.
Everyone, let me introduce you guys to Breland Hunt. Okay, Breland is an aspiring OBGYN, a pageant winner, and a podcaster who shares her love for ballet and religion. Breland, how are you feeling today? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm blessed, and I'm happy to be here. How are you?
Doing good. We're happy to have you, and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions if that's okay with you. As a content creator, you probably have seen yourself grow and, like, you know, move into like these different like lanes and evolve. Do you ever go back to any older posts and just be like, wow, I done came a long way? Have you ever done that?
Absolutely, all the time. I have probably over 100 videos that are privated on my channel because, mind you, I was vlogging at like 18 years old, not knowing what the heck I was doing or what I was talking about. Sometimes giving advice wouldn't really, I shouldn't have been giving advice. So sometimes I look back and I say, wow, I've really come a long way, especially on the days where I'm discouraged or I feel like, you know, maybe I can't be a doctor. If I ever have any doubt in my mind, I look at how far I've come and I say, well, first of all, I have to make sure that I do justice to all the hard work that baby Breland has put in. I want to make sure that she's proud of all the hard work that she's done. And it really inspires me, and it also shows me how far I've come.
I love to hear that. I truly love to hear that because I feel like growth is super important in like, you know, when you're doing social, well, just anything, period, it's important to always grow. But I feel like in social media, it's super important to grow, you know? So I love to hear that. All right.
It's also really a reflective way to be able to look back on past content or even just past thoughts of mine and say, wow, now that I see how I've grown by looking back, it helps me to create and further push my ideas and my thoughts moving forward because I'm able to see how far I've come.
Hey, okay, nice. I love that. I love hearing that just to see, cause growth is so satisfying to see. So it's just like, it's always cool to watch that. So I love to hear that. All right, well, we're gonna shift gears a little bit and we're gonna play some Would You Rather. Okay, so we're gonna see what are some of your Would You Rathers, okay? You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna get too crazy. I'm gonna let you know that right now. So just, let's see. Would you rather be without internet connection for a week? That means like no smartphone. I mean, without internet connection for a week, or be without any mobile devices for a week, like no smartphone, no tablets, or no.
Definitely mobile devices because I mean, me and my TV and like my Fire Stick, we go together real bad. So I think that I could do that for like a week straight.
Love that Fire Stick. I love that Roku. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. All right, now would you rather listen to music from the past or only be able to listen to music from the future? Like, you know what's about to drop before it drops.
No, music from the past. I'm like a 90s R&B kind of girl, so I can listen. I do listen to the same songs over and over and over again. It's just a comfort thing. So I think if I only could listen to old music, I would still be really, really happy.
I feel that, but then part of me also want to know what Rihanna cooking up right now on this album, you know?
But you know what? Then you'll never be like disappointed because you know Rihanna's old stuff is good. So you just keep listening to it and you're just like, yeah, Rihanna's the greatest. And nobody can tell you why. It's because you've only heard her old things, which you know are good.
That's valid. I like the way you think. All right. So the next one is, would you rather lose all the money that you've made or lose content that you've created?
Oh, definitely the money. I mean, my content is like, it's my baby. They're literally diaries. They're all of my thoughts. They're my feelings. They're my memories. I've lost iPhones and no longer have pictures, but my YouTube channel has all of my videos from years. So I don't care if I had to give all the money back. I mean, it's gone now. It's not in my bank account. I spent it. But if I have to give it back, I will, as long as I get to keep all my videos and my memories.
I feel that. I'll never forget this one time I got my phone stolen. It was like a heartbreaking moment because I was in Miami. I was making content in Miami.
Oh.
And I lost all the content because my phone hadn't backed up for the day.
Yeah, that happened to me. One time I actually left my vlog camera on top of my car, putting things like inside of my car. And then I get home and I'm like, where's my camera? And I had just had I actually just competed in a pageant that day. And so all the footage, everything was just gone in midair. And I was just like heartbroken and I had to buy a new camera.
Oh man, yeah, those are the worst moments when you lose that content and you know that it's good content. Ooh, that hurts.
To get home and start editing and you're like, wait a minute, it's all gone. And you can't recreate it. Like, especially vlog content, it's in the moment. You can't try and redo it. So I just had to, it still makes me sad. Honestly, let's move on. I don't want to think about it.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so would you rather, okay, let's see. Let me find a good one for you. Let's see. All right, this has been my favorite one. Would you rather have a rewind button, a pause button, or a fast forward button on life?
Rewind for me.
Really?
I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, a lot of things where, again, being a first generation college student, there's a lot of things where I'm like, if I just would have known this, I would have been able to make a change. I would have been able to do something differently. And granted, I'm grateful for my experiences, all of the mistakes that I've made, because it made me the person who I am today. But if I could just go back now, knowing what I'm knowing, I have to be able to know what I know now, I would definitely do it, because there's just so many things that I've learned along the journey that I really feel like could help out past Breland.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm choosing rewind as well too, because it's like you're very grateful for where you're at now. Like, never take for granted where you are now, but like think about where you could be if you could go mistakes. But knowing what you know and being able to do the things that you do, like it's just a lot to take in, and it's like, wow.
It is. It's hard. It's like a bittersweet thing. It's like, God's plan. I'm like, okay, this is where he wanted me to be. But I mean, if I could just tell 2019 Breland to get on TikTok, I think I would. And be like, get there early, girl. So
I feel that. All right. Well, that is all the would you rathers and questions that I have for you. I want to say, Breland, thank you so much for stepping in and talking to me and just telling us your story, because I feel like it was very important to hear, because it's super duper great to be able to hear your story. We hope you're as moved as we are by these inspiring content creators who tell their stories of Black intersectional identity and who use their online presence to empower our community. For BET Talks Black and Unlimited, presented by Walmart, I'm LaRon, and thank you for watching.